Hello? Huh? Okay. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, stocks closed low on Friday as the S&P closed 3.2% lower for the month of August, making it the worst month since May of 2012. We are seeing a bounce this morning, though, up 12 and 3/4 points, and Aussie's up around about 300 points on the day. So looks like a good start to September. Data was mixed through the day, but the main focus was still on the possibility of the US military intervention in Syria, and I think they're still umming and ahhing about going into Syria. Asian stocks rose after the official reading of Chinese PMI rose to better than expected levels over the weekend. So decent days out of Australia, up 1.5%. Japan up 1%, Hong Kong up 1.3%. So looks like a good start out of Asia as well. Prospects of an imminent strike on Syria faded slightly as President Obama now seeks congressional support before any move is made. If we have a look at corporate action quickly, ARI 17.35 on headline earnings. Guidance was 17.10, so beat on earnings per share. Revenue is better than expected as well. At 20.5 billion, it was expected 19 billion, and dividends per share at 5 rand 10 as opposed to 4 rand 85. So it looks like good earnings out of ARI. Grindrod came in line with guidance on headline earnings per share. Dividends a small beat, and then WBO obviously out a little bit later today. Guidance was a lot lower than originally estimated at 11.38 and revenue of 23.96, so we'll watch that coming out today. Then SUI raised to buy versus neutral at Citi. PPC reinstated underperform at Bank of America Merrill Lynch. And ex-div today, we got Billy 66 US cents and MTN 3 rand 70. So beware of those on the open. Chinese manufacturing came in, PMI 51 as expected, 50.6, which, as we said, was probably the cause of the Asian rally. The HSBC market manufacturing PMI came in slightly light, 50.1 as expected, 50.2. So just have to weigh up the two and see which one you believe. PMI manufacturing out of Italy, France, Germany, Eurozone, and UK. Coming out this morning, and then we got out of SA the cohesive manufacturing PMI expected 51.5, and then Labor Day in the States, so we won't have a US market this afternoon. And now, before I jump into the charts, I just want to say our internet only came up recently, so I don't have all that much to show you. I'm going to start quickly by going over the Aussie. We can see our decent start to the day. Let's just look out for a few interesting points. I think our initial target for the breakdown was at 37,500, as we've been going over last week. It got there pretty much exactly on Friday, then reversed up into the close. So now we've opened up. We've opened up at 38,090, which is a very, very strong open. We'll see if we've got any follow through here. I think pretty much psychologically and technically 38,000 will be quite a big level to close above today. Let's have a look at Aspen. I wanted to try and concentrate today on stocks that have had recent trading statements or are coming out with results this week. You see Aspen had that trading statement on Friday that the market obviously loved. Big reversal in Aspen, and we're actually building up to a bit of a level here at call it 240 to 241 on a closing basis. I think let's watch it today for a second day play. It could be an interesting one to trade intraday today if we get some follow through from Friday, and then that 240 level will be interesting. A close above there could send Aspen quite a lot higher. And ARI, as we saw, came out with good results today. You see the market anticipated that on Friday. They were up quite significantly from the open. A good close, good positive close on a weekday, and a reversal right off the 200-day moving average was the low at 180. So looks like we're going to get some follow through today. Watch, we might be able to break up to new all-time highs on those results. Vodacom So I just want to show this on a 30-minute chart. We showed this last week. It was quite an apparent head and shoulders that it broke down from the 30-minute. It actually traded for most of Friday. It actually traded quite well, and there were some really good opportunities to short it. You can see over here, close to this 118 neckline level, and it failed from there every time, and it actually gave us quite a few chances to get short. It ended up closing quite weak, but as I said on last week, that it is a difficult one to short. It can be thin and it can move around quite a bit, but it's I guess on a day where the market's up so much that we could get a bit of strength into today. Watch that 118 level. If it fails the 118 level, we could still get the downside. We didn't close strong on Friday, so the target from the head and shoulders breakdown is around about 112. So look for it around that level. That actually could be a good buying level if the market's still holding up. And then the last one I wanted to show quickly is Discovery. This is a 30-minute in Discovery as well. We had a good reversal off the lows on Friday. We have results tomorrow coming out of Discovery, so we're going to watch that very closely to see if it's the trading statement was a little bit overdone to the pessimistic or overdone to the downside. So if we do, I think this sort of 84.5 level could be quite interesting, just from this little recovery we had on Friday. And if we can close above there, then there's a good chance that we might bounce sort of a good $4 quite quickly from there. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck.